Is it working? Because it looks like everything's live. The real thing that's been going on behind the scenes is that I want to record two instances of the game. In previous versions of OBS, you could simply launch two instances of OBS and it'd work on both of them. But in this case, I had to install an older version of OBS one to record and one to stream with, because I want to have one recording and one streaming so I can have some footage without chat over it. Now that it appears that it's working, welcome to the world of terrifying silence. I'm not 100% sure where we're going from here. Well, I mean, obviously we're creating a new game, Superhuman, but I believe I should go over settings, as that is what I generally do. This doesn't particularly matter. Geoscape, I don't know if there's anything particularly interesting here that changes gameplay. It's mostly just options you can show. Same here. Energy, I might want that on at some point. But under advanced, this is the stuff that actually modifies gameplay. So, general, I don't know that there's anything too crazy in here. I'm just going to scroll through this a little slow. Aggressive retaliation and a live alien sale are forced by the mod, hence the coloration. Forced craft launches on. Forced storage limits for recovered items, no. I believe we had an issue with this at some point, but since you can transfer things from the... post-battle screen, I'm not sure why this would matter. Psionic training at any time. Less training up to... Special training takes from 30 to 60 days. This is an interesting option, but it's off. Globe letting off. Size strength evaluation off. Airborne transfers. Retained interrogated, that's the right word for it. Aliens is something that was recommended by Reavers. It looks like TWoTS might have a better solution for this, but I'm going to leave it on since it was a problem in Reavers. And past that, invert drag, inventory stats, enhanced. I think the only save pre-primed grenades, that's something that I have on. Explosion height is forced to be 1. This is something that will actually come up quite a few times during the playthrough. It means that we can't use smoke grenades against flying enemies to nearly the same effect as we used to. And generally I have it as something like 2 to 3, so that it's a round explosion. You can see down over here will be the description of what you want. Auto end battle, yes. Smooth bullet camera, disable auto equip, confirm fire. Alien weapon self-destruct is forced to be no. Psi capture forced, yes. And allow psi strength improvement forced to no by the mod. Now I have alternate movement methods enabled. This is just fun. Override line of fire, I believe when you hold control, this lets you shoot the gun regardless of whether or not you can see the target. This is super useful with automatic weapons or rocket launchers or things like that you just want to fire into buildings. Suppress panic, alien bleeding is forced to be yes. And then we have extended, which I don't know what actually shows up in here. I think this is just generic stuff. Actually, show clip size UFOpedia, automatic update check, yeah, okay. I don't see anything crazy. This could be interesting. That's something I'll look at later. Now, what does this mean? Size of the tables in the following dialogue window. Intercept UFO tracker. I've never needed more than 8 things under the context of interception, so I'm going to assume this is fine. Show slacking indicator, yes. I don't think any of this changes gameplay? Maybe instant item delivery and events, but that's a modded thing. Debasescape. It looks like most of this is fine. Armor included in personal equipment. Safe during... That's interesting. Including the worn armor. I'm not really sure what that means because it doesn't affect the armor hotkeys you can assign, the 1 through 0 in this case. Stun likes might be good there, yeah. Oh yeah, we're doing the real thing now. This is episode 1. So I'm going through everything just because that's what I'd need for the Let's Play anyway. Manual promotions. This gives you the ability to promote or demote people if you want. I don't know that I've ever used this or even realized that it's on, but I can point out the button later. Wounded defend. Yeah, wounded will always defend the base, regardless of HP percent. Nothing crazy here. Night vision color. This is how you change the night vision color when you hold spacebar or tap N to toggle it. This is the color that shows up. There's, what, 1 to 15, and it doesn't actually tell you what that is. I believe it's based off the color palette. There's also auto night vision threshold. If darker than this, toggles on automatically. I don't know what the numbers for this are. I'm going to assume this is off, essentially. And show accuracy on crosshair, only if extended, always. Yeah, okay. 0 note. So, for people who don't play with extender accuracy, you want to set this to 2 if you want to know the soldier's accuracy without having to pause and read the option you're selecting. But then again, you kind of want to read that anyway, because you want to know what option to pick. I've seen 1 or 2 comments about this, that's the only reason I mention it. Auto-sell manager, yes, if you sold everything on the sell screen after a battle, it remembers that. And I don't know that there's anything too crazy here. Off-center shooting, soldiers will automatically try to adjust the firing angle slightly in case there is no line of fire. It essentially just means they don't fire for the center of mass, is what it would appear. Honestly, don't know what that would... I don't know what this would even look like in gameplay, or not what it would look like, but how to tell that it's happening in gameplay. And those are all the settings here. Extended links to stuff like notes and hit log available with submenu. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. And that should be everything for settings. As always, we're playing on Superhuman. Iron Man will be honor roll because, as with these mods, occasionally it crashes. There's multiple examples of that in the Reaver series. So we'd like to avoid having an Iron Man save that we just can't keep playing on. And now we actually get into the game here. I guess I probably want timestamps up for that, huh? That's something I do in recordings. Let me go ahead and pull up the document for that. I used to have a I guess I used to have a third screen because I had a laptop, and it's really starting to kill me since I have 2 instances of OBS, a web browser open. Is chat still working? Chat looks like it's still working. I haven't minimized that on accident yet. Now, I also... What do you mean I can't? Where's Google Drive? The one nice thing is that I can pause the recordings, even though the stream is still running, so people in the Let's Play who'll be watching through the YouTube playlist will not have to see me navigate through Google Drive, which... What do you mean sign in? Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Honestly, every time I had manual promotions, I just completely forgot, and yeah. That's... I can imagine that I'd probably do the same thing with manual promotions on. And, oh right, I actually need a new folder for the World of Terrifying Silence. I haven't done this yet. And then here I just have the entire Google document. Oh, extended links might be good there, didn't do that thing. So anything I missed while going through that? Stuff like notes, yeah. Yeah, you may not have arms, but you'll defend the base with a grenade in your mouth. I have a feeling you're probably exempt in that case. Even if the game mechanics say otherwise. I need second tab. This one needs to be timestamps. That's misspelled, but it's fine. I love typing O's instead of zeros on accident. I've done that on multiple occasions in these, and it really confused me as to what was going wrong. And what is the recording timestamp at? Because that's what I'm going to end up using for the editing here. It looks like about 7.5 minutes in. Game start. Alright. So now that I have that complete, we can actually talk about setting up the base. So in the test runs that were actually live streamed, if you were there for those, we set up our first base here and immediately set up a second base up here for radar coverage. What we discovered is that the first missions with actual USOs in them do not spawn until the second month. And when those missions spawn, it picks a zone with a base in it and starts sending them there. Now, your early game craft don't have that long a range, and they don't go all that fast. So in our test run, our main base with the actual craft was here, and all the USOs kept spawning up here. So for, potentially even the first year, we're going to only have one base. And that base we're going to put up here. The reason it's up here instead of down over here is because we want land coverage. A lot of the missions in early game will spawn on land, because there's, we'll get into it, but there's a lot of special mission pop-ups that aren't actual craft that appear on land, and we want to be somewhat nearby to those while also having an area of water to cover for USOs when they start appearing. So we're going to place the base here, call it home. Home is the name that I use because the Discord bot that assigns names to people looks for the name home. And that's how I limit it so only people at the home base get named, whereas all the other garrison soldiers at other bases do not. Now we only have 8 people. I believe this is... how many... So we need 30 scientists. 30 is the max. Lab size has been limited to 25. I'll go look at that in a moment. But I want to do this before I forget. I think we're going to go up to 15 soldiers. And there's a whole bunch of things. Yeah, so there's no scroll bar, you'll notice. We have one Seamaster. I don't know that we need a second one right now. The bomb's not great. We want a fuel tank. The fuel tank, I'll point out later on the craft, gives it extra range, which allows it to cover more than half the globe. It goes up to like 75% instead of half. The harpoon is nice. I will purchase more of these, but hopefully we never have to use this in combat. The thing is, the harpoon here has freeze rounds, which can be used as... This is your stun damage, so we can just carry around a bunch of harpoons with tranquilizer rounds. And that'll be our stunning solution for a good long while, because I think we have to... I don't know if we have to capture a hallucinoid or kill it. It's one of the two, but we'll have to research a hallucinoid in some form to actually get access to the... I believe it's called the thermal taser. The terror from the deep stun rod. Die grenades are here from the start, which is great, but as we've established, explosion height is only 1, which is really going to hurt us here. Knives, they have a weight of 1 similar to Reavers, so I'm just going to get a bunch of these. They do melee damage, and I believe there's a damage bonus in here based off of strength and melee accuracy. I don't know if the armor sets give you a similar insane damage bonus, or not damage bonus, an insane buff to your strength like they did in Reavers. If they do, knife will be great. If not, well, we'll find out. And chem flares, they're not great. I don't know if it shows you the radius in here. Power 11. These are really weak flares. You will see in missions. The radius feels like it's only about 5 tiles, even if it is a bit longer than that. We're not getting any technicians. I don't know that we're going to need more than 5 for the first month. There's not all that much we can make. And... I don't know how long the first mission's actually going to take to spawn. I might want some explosive harpoons for the harpoon here. I middle-clicked, there you go. Because these things have pretty bad accuracy. And pretty high time unit costs. The explosive is just... Well, hang on. If we go to compatible ammo... Tactical buoy. Okay, I haven't seen this yet. What's the radius of this thing? 1. Alright, never mind. We might not care. Well, I mean, it's a little better than nothing. I do think the explosive damage might be better than armor piercing against most targets, so we'll take a look at that. Okay. And I see. You can answer the knife thing with a winky face, so the knives might be useful later. It's also possible there's another melee weapon with an even better strength bonus similar to Reavers. That is what the power sword wound up being. So I am going to purchase these on the off chance we have to use them. They're super cheap. I mean, we spent $1 million, but the majority of that is personnel. And we will call that good. We got our fuel tank. Okay, so taking a look at the craft, we have the weapon slot here, which is exclusively used for our deep bombs. These will be replaced with some sort of torpedo soon. And there's also select armament here. This is exclusively for the fuel tank. The fuel tank boosts its fuel capacity and allows us to actually cover more area. However, you'll notice we can only carry 8 soldiers. With the fuel tank, that is reduced to 6. which will be a bit of a problem until we have a better craft. The items we already have are fine. I'm not sure why there's only 4 harpoons on board this thing. We'll have to deal with that later when the equipment comes in. And that is what I'm going to talk about there. I should note that the soldiers coming in will also be renamed. I fixed the Discord bot for those of you who were in the previous series and remember that bug. I don't know if I fixed it there or mentioned it there, but it works now. Now I actually get to look at building the base. So, I'm not really sure what I want my initial layout to be. We aren't shooting down USOs. Okay. That might not be true. We might be able to shoot down USOs. The issue with the previous run is that we had the base where the USOs were spawning around way far away, so they were always landed by the time we got there, or just gone. I guess in theory we could shoot them down, but I was going to say we don't need to worry about base defenses super early on. Which means we're just... I mean, okay, we do want a second sub-pen here. We are going to end up with 2 craft, maybe 3. But I don't know that we care to build a third one right this second, as it doesn't really matter. We're also going to have to move the headquarters. The headquarters is... No, I wanted this button. The XCOM project headquarters is needed for some projects. It contains 5 workspaces for scientists and 5 holding cells for suspects, 1 per base. This is a prison and lab combined. That is why we have 30 scientist spaces available instead of just the 25 you'd expect from the lab. Speaking of, I should probably pick something here. There's 2 options here. This is mostly for game progression. Doesn't give you anything directly, but the special weapons requests gives us real weapons other than a harpoon. So we're going to start with getting real weapons. As for the workshop, we're not going to have a project for a little while. I do believe if we go back to the lab... I mean, I should queue this anyway, as it will be required. This gives us access to things like the medikit and the wide array sonar. The bubble is neat. We may end up using that. Super cavitation is a word that I'm going to fail to say a few times. And that gives us better ammo for our future... What are they? The actual underwater weapons from Base Terror from the Deep. Eventually we'll unlock those, and this gives us a better version of ammo for that, similar to alien alloy rounds from some of the UFO-based mods. However, this doesn't actually require aquaplastics, it is just better. And building the base, we need more living quarters, that much is for certain, but there's also the large versions of facilities. I guess I can go start up here and just tab through them. 50, so living quarters is unchanged. Laboratory is the big one. It can support 25 people. I don't see the number 25, but if I go in here, it says 25. The workshop can support 50, which is unchanged. The standard sonar, this is the same. We just don't have access to the large sonar just yet. The torpedo defense, I'm going to continue to ignore the defensive buildings like this. Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. It only is pre-defense, and shooting these down, they're just going to send another one. The general stores, I don't know if these are better or worse. This seems pretty standard, since most buildings have 50. Subpen, I believe it has a little bit of storage. Yeah, it's about the same. However, now we get to the large buildings, such as the large living quarters and large storage facility. The living quarters is great. It has 275 living space, which is an unreasonable amount of living space. You're probably never going to use that much. And the large general stores here has 310 storage space. Now, I believe in the original run, I was considering building one of each of these, but I don't know that we're going to need anywhere near the amount of... Well, it depends. In the previous test run, the home base became the everything base for a while, because unlike Reavers, the facilities aren't... Not every facility is heavily nerfed. We will probably need a dedicated lab base, but I don't want to build that early, as we've established it will mess with missions, so the home base probably will be the everything base. And if that is the case... This is the equivalent to 5.5 living quarters, which is something we should really consider. Now, the large general stores, wrong direction. Well, large storage facility. Large general stores is something that I should build here, especially if this is going to become our primary combat base. And I'm pretty sure we're just going to end up with 2 pens. We'll have facilities here and here with the two big facilities down here. But I don't know if we have the money to justify that. I'm okay with spending $1 million, So we're poor. We can't get away with the larger living quarters. I don't think I built it in the test run either. I did build the large general stores, but we never got enough stuff. I think I might actually start with the large living quarters since we're not going to have enough items for the large storage facility to matter, right? I mean, what's our current storage capacity looking like? We've used almost half of it. We're going to get +5 from the hangar, which isn't all that noteworthy. So I think waiting a month for the large general stores when we have more money is probably the best decision here. Because we'll build it eventually. I'm just thinking eventually is probably February. So I'm going to go with that. The other question I have is what does it cost to build another lab? Because we are going to want a second one. It's going to cost us $650K, which isn't bad. I kind of want to put it here, but that's just so that all the labs are in a straight line. Go ahead and put that there. And the large living quarters, it's really expensive. We do need the... Well, what's the build time on a standard living quarters? If it's significantly less, I might build that instead. Okay. So let's assume the theory is that we end up moving scientists off base to a second one and replacing other facilities. We probably don't need the living quarters. Oh, do we have a training pool? Yes, I don't know that we scrolled past this. This allows you to train. It's similar to a gym from some of the UFO mods. It just allows your soldiers to train without going into the field. Boosts a lot of their passive stats and seemingly some of the ones like accuracy, which is useful. But yeah, we want the training pool. It's not all that expensive. I think that seals it that we're not going to build either of the large facilities this time around. Maybe the general stores? But they're just really expensive right now. At the same time, I don't really know what we need the money for. But we do need a living quarters. I think we just build a large storage. Just have one of them out of the way. And then we'll go ahead and get a standard living quarters, which I don't want to paste it here. I don't think you can build over buildings like you can in Reavers. So we're going to have to settle for putting it over here. And then at that point, we should be good enough. For self-sustaining environment, including a living space, for 5 aquanauts and 25 storage spaces. So the outpost is a neat building if it also had training for those 5 aquanauts. I don't know if it does. It doesn't look like it. Because, so building 2 of these, once you reach that point, you're better off with a living quarters and a general stores. Well, actually, let's see upkeep. So 30k upkeep on this thing. Hold on, so we're in the fancy... No, Mary Celeste thinking. This is info for those of you watching the VOD. I'll leave this here. You can pause. You can pause here as well. Here as well. Water pressure is neat. I went through all of this in the test run, which I streamed, which is why I'm just going through this real slow. But yes, we'll have to look through at the cost of... We'll have to look through at the... I need to just click through this, because people who are actually pausing, they're not going to like listening to half a sentence, then read a paragraph, half a sentence, read a paragraph. And I don't know that hotkeys matter for you. Yeah, this is the stuff that's... Well, acid you might want to read. And here we're to the Seamaster. There's only one plane, so I didn't really bother to go into it. I will end up comparing when we have more than one to look at. We just have to deal with this one, so we're going to deal with it. Now, as I was looking at earlier, upkeep is 10k. Okay, why does the outpost exist, actually, now that I look at it? Because a general stores and a living quarters has an upkeep of 15k. And 2 outposts cost 60 for worse everything. Unless you can build an outpost instead of an access lift, which even then... Can I get info on the access lift? Hold on. If I go far enough to the left, does it tell me what the access lift stats are? Maintenance cost 4k. Well, I mean airlock, but like... I don't get it. I don't get it. Outpost is probably starting bases with just a radar. Yeah, I'd think the same thing, but you're still better off building just a living quarters and a general stores attached to it. Because 2 outposts is worse than both of those facilities in both cost and upkeep, I think. Because living quarters, 400, okay, maybe it isn't. But at that point, it's a return on investment thing, I guess. Where is general stores? So you're spending 550? And if I go back to the outpost, you're spending... okay, so yeah, it's the construction cost. It's a very similar construction time. It's like 14 days and 16 days for the... We didn't go look at it. Living quarters is 16, and general is also 14. No, general is 10, so general goes faster. So it is purely an upfront cost versus a maintenance cost thing. And if you really want to just build a base and leave it sitting there for months on end, you might actually be better with the cost of the general plus living quarters, since... I mean, they also provide you more. Again, if there were training spaces for those 5 Aquanauts, I'd say it's great. But there aren't. So anyway, we've gone through our facilities. I have 800k left. We're not going to do anything too crazy, I think. I don't know. What does it cost to purchase another 25 scientists? That's going to be 600, 1.8 mil? No, not 1.8 mil. Because we want 25. What is that, 1.5 mil? Because 600, 1.2, and then 300k for 1.5. So we're not getting the full scientists once this laboratory is done. Unless we get some insane missions. But that is going to be it for base setup, I think. I will do 2 things here. First, I want to do World of Terrifying Silence 1. That will allow me to do the Discord bot. And second, I want a timestamp that we just finished talking. Because it has been 26 minutes in recording. Up complete. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and do the Discord. And run the bot command in the deployment blogs channel. So for this I need to do deploy, and I need quotation marks because I added a space to the save name. And hopefully this works. It looks like it did. Those of you in chat can go ahead and take a look and see if you got deployed. And I will take a look to see if there's anything I missed. 1.5 mil, yeah, that's about the cost of scientists. Ta-da. And you can always, probably better just stick to one base till lands start expanding. You can always check the graphs, yeah. The issue with, again, the issue as we've had earlier is that we just can't reach the craft even if we have a rough idea of where they're at. So I think we just finally get to play, right? I mean, there's a little notification that the engineers are doing nothing, but there is no project for them to work on. And the radar is not going to pick anything up, so we're just kind of hitting... Oh, that's right. Do I need to do anything with this? I think it's just the scientists. Hello? Oh, personnel haven't come in yet, that's just items. There we go. And I will worry about equipping the craft once we actually have a mission. Good. So this gives us access to a ton of different items. Is there a second page of this? It is... No, can I scroll? Nothing too crazy. Self-propelled projectiles. This is this was what gives us access to a lot of the standard tear from the deep stuff. And we're gonna want to do this pretty early, as I kind of think we need the, well, hold on, is there a heavy weapons that this gives us? Heavy aquatic weapons? Yeah, we need the gas cannon as soon as possible. So I'm gonna queue this. Do I want to do this? What does it lead to immediately? So I want the wide array sonar built before next month, so I probably want to start there. How do I get the particle disturbance sensor? Because I got that in the previous one too. I don't know. I think we're just gonna go through here. Does the wide array sonar give it to us? Wide array sonar leads to... Okay, so we need the wide array sonar then. So go ahead and start with the database. And this gives us a whole bunch of options. The scout drone, I believe, is a land thing. The hard suit is neat because it lets you fly, but that is about all it gives you. And all of these other items we will take a brief look at in Yofopedia. Which I believe is under general equipment, yes. So P11, all of this can be fired underwater. You can check here, dual media or water specific under categories. Tells you where it can be used, although I believe it says in the description, can be fired underwater. Skipped over it. And it has auto ×5, but the reason we don't end up using these is because all of these weapons have a max range, and in this case it is 10 tiles, which means you physically can't fire the weapon if the target is more than 10 tiles away. And that is the case for a lot of these. I believe yours is 15, but that's still not great. We end up using the ADS for pretty much all the early game, as it has a respectable max range, even if the accuracy is terrible. And 80% accuracy for an aim shot is 80% of the soldier's accuracy. Which is really bad. DP, this is something that we might need. So, for those of you who weren't there for the test run, there's a special mission type that appears where basically monsters spawn underwater and you have to kill something like 10 of them. The Zarquid is an option for those, and they are pretty much only killable with explosive damage. The armor-piercing rounds that you have will do nothing, even if you have the upgraded versions that I mentioned earlier, the Super Cavitating, I believe is the name. So you need explosions. They fly up off the ground, so you can't just use standard grenades, which means we probably need these grenade launchers on the off chance we don't have access to the gas cannon by that point. Lancejet gun. I don't think I ever used this because its max range is 15 tiles. But it looks like it could be an interesting item, although I do believe the ammo only has 12 rounds, which isn't all that impressive. And the grenades, grenade blast, or high explosive, 50 damage, blast radius is 5 tiles. Die grenade, 60 with a radius of 5 tiles. Magnapack explosives, these are a nice idea if they weighed less. I believe they weigh 10, yes. The blast radius is also 5, which means it's not impossible to get out of range of it, and 100 damage is great. Bad accuracy, 60. 60% was bad. 60% accuracy of something. So, hold on, we'll go look at this again since it's possible that people have issues. Where are we looking? 60% aimed. This is a percentage of the soldiers... Well, to start with how accuracy works, for weapons like this, it takes the soldier's firing accuracy stat and converts that to a percentage by dividing by like 100. If your soldiers, even if they have 100% accuracy, this gun will only give them a 60% chance to hit when firing an aim shot with it. And most soldiers, as we discovered, I think spawn with 30 to 70 firing accuracy as a rookie, 70 being the very highest end. Most soldiers seem to be around 50 to 60 in this mod, which is nice. But, as you can imagine, that causes problems. And then the 100 for high explosive is great if you can get close enough to use this thing. Which is a pretty big if. Chem flare could be better, and we're back to the facilities. Also, I guess I can look at these. So we have some new armor suits. Here's your scout drone. A lot of time units, no health armor. I don't think it can do much of anything super impressive. It's just a scout. Yeah, it's a scout and can only be used on the surface, so we're probably not... Well, what's its cost? We'll take a look at what the scout drone costs. Here we have the sailor vest. It gives you a slight stat buff for land missions. Diving suit. This has 15 front armor, which is really great as it makes you survivable even on land, so we're going to be using this for the most part. The aqua lung exists, and this gives you the ability to fly underwater functionally just by... It says it lets you swim. If we go into info here, it says movement type float. It's cool, but again, it has low armor value, so you're probably not going to survive if you get hit by anything, even if flying is nice. And then we have the hard suit. It also lets you fly. It has great armor. However, the things that we fight underwater aren't going to care all that much, especially not the aliens. Resistances are nice, and the other thing is it limits your stats. You get a -20 to your time units here, and reactions. And your throwing accuracy is -15, melee is -10, so you can still shoot okay. But in my experience, it was outclassed fairly early, as even if you want to use this thing to fly around and scout, it's so much slower than everybody else that it doesn't really help unless there's an obstruction in the middle of the map that this thing flies over while everyone else goes around. And now we're back to the harpoon, which we've seen, and the P11. This also means we get to purchase things, and we finally have a scroll bar. We've more than doubled the number of items we can purchase here. So as for what we end up using, with the DP, we want probably 4 of these, because if we need them on a mission, we're going to need them. And the explosive rounds, we're going to go up to... Do I really want to spend enough money to get 50 of these? The problem is that there's only 2 per mag. So we really might need that many. We used quite a few when fighting Zarquoids with the gas cannons. I'm going to reduce it to 40. Because hopefully these things are obsolete by the time we actually need something of this type. Next we have the ADS. This is going to be our primary weapon for a good while. At least underwater. Which means we're going to go up to 50 for these. I'm not going to purchase more than 12, even if we are going to end up losing a couple. And the scout drone only costs 10. I will purchase 1 or 2 for land missions. 10,000, not 10. And additionally, that gave us access to the various launchers that you're familiar with, Terror from the Deep. I'm going to purchase the Ajax because these are only ever going to be used defensively, and the fire rate and ammo count is going to make this the better choice. I probably want... Do I really want more than 6? We'll go up to 12. Oh, never mind. We'll stay at 6. Wait, that's a problem. We're going down to 30 of these. 10, 40. If storage is going to be a problem. What are the scout drones? I'm going to purchase only 1 of these. Storage is going to be an issue for a little while since we're waiting on the large storage facility. I forgot that I can't just purchase an absurd amount of items initially. That's still quite a short build time, though, looking at it. Okay. Can we see the soldiers? Oh, yeah, we'll take a look at soldiers. Oh, I didn't load the save. Alright, hold on a second. Wait, but I just purchased a bunch of stuff? Hold on, when did I save? I need to load the save after actually deploying people. So we might end up re-rolling again, which is wonderful. That was at 08. It has been a solid 10 minutes. If I go into save game here, when is this from? The 1st of January? It's been 11 days. Alright, sorry people. We're re-rolling. Yeah. That's something you can spam in chat if you ever see me not doing that. No, don't re-roll. Yeah, it's too late. There's only 45 names, just in case you're really concerned. Yeah. And it looks like a couple different people from... No... It looks like a couple different people from chat got deployed as opposed to the Here from the beginning. Which now means I need to load the save, which means our soldiers have been renamed. Because the bot just changes the names in the save file. I actually have to reload the save file again to actually get everything to work. I need to reopen all the things I had here. There we go. Yeah. The counters also didn't get modified. So what's interesting is somehow the way I have the bot set up, it only... Well, no, it's not somehow. The bot goes into the memorial and looks at who's dead. And if it sees your name in here, it adds 1 to the clone counter, and then just keeps deploying you over and over again until you show up dead here. Not over and over. If you're not dead and you're not alive, it just deploys you. And to determine whether or not you're dead, it looks at your name plus clone count. So nobody's clone count has been updated since nobody has died yet. I could probably have explained that better, but it's not a huge deal. It'll be easier to point out when somebody's actually dead in Memorial. And then again, you're also not really here for that. That's good enough. We now get to pass time again. A mission will spawn eventually, probably. ADS, good. This is what we actually want to equip the craft with. Wait, so if I change my name now, I might clone myself? That's possible. I haven't actually considered that. There is a good chance changing your name now might actually clone yourself. I'd have to look at how the code actually works. The way the database stores your name is that it has your Discord user ID. So if I've managed to loop that into the process, then there might be a problem, but I'm not sure. Dead chat? Oh, did I minimize it? Yes, I did. Okay. The way we also want to have this set up is we want to have the fuel tank on at all times. Not enough cargo space. What are you talking about? I just removed you. Oh, I probably removed you and put you back. We want to have only 6 people plus the fuel tank on pretty much at all times. Because if a mission spawns far away, we want to have the fuel available to get there, but if it spawns closer, we can remove the fuel tank with no penalty and put 2 more soldiers on. As for equipment, I'm just going to put 8 of these on with 16 ammo. All of these, we probably want to go up to 16. On the off chance we need the ammo as well. 16 for each of the grenade types. We will eventually... Oh, we don't need 8 knives. We will eventually get... Did I purchase any full-fledged... No, I didn't. So we're not going to have normal grenades for a little while because we're poor on storage space. Good. This thing needs those. In the test run, this thing only had bombs and got attacked, and it got shot down. Which was fine. There we go. We have a real mission now. Are you doing anything important? No, your range is significantly longer than that, so we will go back to the interception view, swap the fuel tank for nothing, put 2 soldiers on, and go through our equipment. Yeah, and there's no loadout saved from the test run, so I'll have to redo this quickly. I feel like... Which side do I normally have smoke on? I don't know that it matters. We're going on the left this run. You get a knife too. These go here. You get a knife. I think that's pretty much it. That's control 1 for loadout 1. We'll swap these for this guy. And 3 of these for loadout 2. You're just barely not strong enough for that. I don't know that we care. It's a shore settlement. If somebody has 36 weight, then we will consider giving you the launcher loadout. Nobody does. Was it 36 or 38? It's 38. If I drop this... Do we really want the launcher? It's possible. We have 8 guys. One of you can have this. And didn't I purchase a drone? $1 hour. Alright, one moment. 5-1. That works. Here's the info for the database. Can I scroll? No, it's... There's lots of missions that we'll end up going on. This leads to more later. It's quite cool. Medikit, and this is all of the stuff that we need for research. So we're going to start out with the wide array sonar. I'll want this built, again, before the next month. It's not going to take too long. And there's our drone. Drone is being delivered by post, so it will arrive late. Went to the wrong address. I mean, at this point. There's our scout drone. Okay, and you also notice if I briefly... Can I go here? Do I have to go all the way to the right? Get there eventually? Seamaster, here we go. You'll notice that there is submersible weapon systems, and the capacity is really high compared to what you'd expect. This is because there's 1x1 units, as is showcased with the drone. There are more that we'll gain access to later that are underwater specific, and the second we have access to them, I think I'm going to use them quite a bit. Is there a guide on your soldier naming marker convention? Are you referring to the slash and then the 2 letters here? Because this is just a stat strings mod that's included with OpenXCOM. And there's a ton of delay on stream, so I guess I can ignore that, but it's brave, marksman, high reactions, weak, marksman, high reactions. So if the letters are capitalized, then it is a better or worse version of whatever the stat is. SNPRs for sniper, it's a combination of stats. Brave, capital M marksman, this means 70 plus, which means you rolled a perfect 70. Scout is, I believe, high time units, primarily. Well, you're super strong. And there's a couple of other ones, but you can go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah. And I believe we finally can do the mission. Yep, we have our 1 drone too. Now this is going to be a night mission, so we can showcase how the flares have super limited range. Oh, you can carry things. How much weight do you have? 3? Oh, I don't have a frag grenade. Alright, you get one of these. Wait, hold on a second. Ah, we get to do this again. What is this thing? Scout drone? What is... Integrated targeting system can give information about chances to hit. Okay, so this can't be fired, but it gives you to hit chances just based off the fact that there will be a little percentage to hit on your crosshair. Is there anything else crazy? I mean, I think the frag grenade's a funnier choice, but I don't know that we're going to be able to do much with it. Does it only have 10 accuracy? It does. Which is funny, because I'm not sure what this would do for us. Now, you all have equipment already, I believe. Did it finish with the training pool? If it did, I forgot to put anybody inside of it. But, first mission, we're just gonna go ahead. Oh my... Is this the same mission every time? No, there was a building here in the previous run, too. Man, okay, where's the edge of the map? And this is when you hold space, which is what I'm doing right now. This is your night vision color. This one's just simply usable. If I go into game options, I believe I can change that here. It's probably OXC, isn't it? Night vision color, if we set this to 3, it's, actually that might be better. But yeah, there's your example of new night vision color. I haven't gone through those. 1 was bad, so I went to 2, and 2 was usable, so I stayed there. And you can just block. Sorry, chat. So much for the knife drone. Oh, man. What a start. Okay. This is where things are gonna get interesting. I don't need to drop this many smokes. You need to drop one. So I believe that... I believe TWoTS makes it so that the enemies spawn with half-time units instead of full. At least that's what I've been informed. And it looks like... It looked like something similar happened when I was comparing soldiers' time units for... There was some menu I was in where soldiers only had half their time units for testing. And if that's the case, then the shotgun only gets one shot? I mean, it's a big if, but... If it is the case, then we're doing alright. I don't know that these windows matter all that much, as you have to be inside, which, I mean, it could be. I mean, the drone could have been one of our Aquanauts, but at the same time, one of our Aquanauts also wouldn't have flown straight up and died immediately. I guess it's probably standing on the flare, which could have been its issue. 1, 2? Oh, no. Okay, so I haven't even talked about the mission. We're going up against mutants here. These guys are a little tougher than humans, but not that bad. These guys are a lot tougher than humans with melee. So if I get a full auto burst on them with the ADS here, it should kill them. These guys, you only need 1, maybe 2 shots. You can get lucky on 1. We're just gonna see what ends up happening here. There's another building. Yeah, it's over here. Okay, this actually isn't all that bad of a spawn. Most of the enemies spawn inside of a different building, which looks like it's probably this one, since I've only ever seen 3, maybe 4 per map. But, yeah, this just means we're not gonna have a super great time. Can you fire here? I don't really want to fire the grenade launcher, because there's a good chance you just kill your friends. Oh, you're probably out of range. See how it drops to 0? If I click it, yeah, not enough. Oh. It would have let you fire. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, and you see both. Oh, Reaver got deployed. You only see this guy. I'm gonna have you auto-shoot at this guy. Unsuccessfully. So I want some time units on people for when things are around the corner. You can go stand here. The problem is if this guy makes it down the stairs, he's gonna kill somebody, so we need him to end up dead this turn. I guess you do have the ability to react technically. I don't want you to fire at the wall, as somebody will end up dead. And then it will be someone from our team. This looks fine, I guess. Yeah, you still only see this guy. I kind of think you just auto-fire again. Did you shoot our friend? Nope. Okay, well, the wall has been opened up. Wait, you can shoot again. What is your fire? You have 67 firing accuracy. Oh, no. Are reactions high enough for the corners? My concern isn't really the reaction. So if one of these guys with a shotgun rounds the corner, they're going to get a shot off. But if one of the melee guys rounds the corner, hopefully these guys are going to be able to do something about it. And now, 36 is not a big number. It's very possible that they just get rammed straight at. But if they have multiple tiles of a melee guy running at them, I'm pretty sure we should be able to handle it. Okay, we do need the shotgun guy to die, though, so we're just going to go back to spamming shots this way. You got a hit. Alright, we got 1 hit. This is where grenades would be super helpful. Yeah, just you two. You have pretty high accuracy as well. We got 1. Okay. I also didn't include the Trank Harpoons, so this is not completely optimal. Reaction rolls, yeah, reaction base 30 to 60. Wow. You have really good stats. Just checking a random soldier. I mean, strength could be better. Melee accuracy could be better. But max reactions near max accuracy. I'm pretty sure that's... I don't know if bravery is a flat random roll, but that's pretty high regardless compared to what I normally see. Okay. You know what? I'm sure you can handle this guy running at you. And you're the last one who hasn't done anything. I kind of want you to just throw two flares. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Smoke here, here, and here, it looks like. We have two people looking that way. You're looking... You have a reaction shot. You might be able to do something with smoke in the way. You have enough for quite a few reactions. 3 shots or 2 auto, depending on what the game ends up selecting. Oh yeah, this guy... This guy's definitely dead. Just due to the fact that you're right here. We're gonna see what happens. Ugh. Uh-oh. That is not where I expected the threat to come from. Did you even get hit by the explosive? No, it looks like you managed to only hit the enemy. Is this thing... no, that's not surviving with 7 fatal wounds. Okay. Well. Good job. You lived. Not that you had to do anything. Go ahead and poke our head out into the void. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Okay, there's some flares for me. I assume the fence is the reason you're unable to throw there? Okay. It's gone. Oh, it's not gone. I don't think they can attack you through the window at this angle, just straight in, so we're gonna hope you're fine. You fire an aim shot. Did you hit your friend? You know, I don't really know what I expected to happen, but that certainly wasn't it. Oh, you hit yourself, too. Oh, you're the only... No, hold on, never mind. You only hit your friend. We have 20 turns to beat the mission now. Go ahead and reload. Okay. Oh yeah, the guy that he's standing on here, the mutant is what died. You don't have time units, because you threw things. We have... Oh, you're still standing here. Okay, back up a square. Yeah, the mutant that wasn't surviving anyway is now very dead. Which, I mean, it probably counts for firing accuracy, funny as that is. Well, actually, no, it counts for throwing, doesn't it? Since this is an arcing weapon? Yes. Well, arcing true just means that the experience mode is default, which is throwing. Okay. You should move since you don't have the time units to participate in this. That guy's gonna round the corner into a gun line, and you two may or may not be safe. Go ahead and throw this out to here. This guy's running in circles here. We're not gonna shoot with you again, though. Do you still see it? You do. Can you kill it? That's the wall. That's better. Okay. Now this is where the drone would have been nice. Ah. Oh, you just have a shotgun, okay. You need to hit all 3 of... well, 2 of the 3. Good job. And you can continue to slowly walk forwards. You want a friend? I guess you're going this way. You probably should step forward so you don't hit your friend again. I'm a little curious if this guy will survive, but we're kinda past that point. Yeah, and if we look at the flares, we This map goes on way longer than I'd like. It does go a little further in this direction than it normally would, because there is water, as you can see with the cursor here. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, somebody opened a door. You're still wounded for the next... Well, I mean, you die in 20 turns. Well, off we go. You're probably gonna sprint it, because 3, you might live, but it's entirely a timer for how long we take on the mission. Do you have flares you can throw? Yes, throw one. Nothing. It's probably good. No, I don't think we need 4 people going this way. I think these 3 keep pushing out and you 2 go around the building. Although you should step over to here. Huh. I don't think you're hitting 3 out of 3 shots on that guy. You're not even hitting a single shot. Now you get to run away to your friends. There's a second one. That one is a shotgun, though. Yeah, you should stand there, you should stand here. Hopefully you guys can handle this. There's more enemies here than I'd like, and I'd really enjoy Magna Blast grenades right about now. That should be good enough for most Overwatch against this guy. I don't know what we're really going to do about the shotgun. You're probably going to kill somebody with this thing. You really shouldn't be on Overwatch with it. Guys. Guys. Okay. Didn't care. That's a great start. Now, we need a couple of things out of this regardless. This guy bled out. Okay, well here we have both of them. Fire auto. I guess they were close to killing that one. We need somebody here with... You have good reaction, so you're gonna stand here. I don't think you ended up dying. Yeah, I don't... Because that was, this was Reaver. And this was... Scout wasn't the name I saw. Ranger? Yeah, that's the... That was the name. You are not close enough to... So 50% accuracy is worth stepping closer. Okay, you guys did it. You have a reaction shot, you have a reaction shot. You're still probably not going to survive a melee one running up to you, but we can work with that. You're gonna not see anything around the corner. Okay. And you're gonna step out wide. The one thing that is nice about the shotgun is it has limited range. There's a chance for these enemies to spawn with more dangerous alien weapons, though since it's the first month, I might be able to get away with just covering the map in flares and waiting. It's something to consider, especially given how this is going. Did you just kill our friend? Okay, we might need to leave. Oh, you lived. Where's our shotgun guy? How are you doing? 3 wounds. The problem is, not a single shotgun enemy has died close enough for us to even make this work. Here, fire a snapshot at uh-oh. So, yeah, okay. The most valuable thing to us right now is a shotgun and a corpse, and we have a corpse right here. All we need is a shotgun. Shotgun, the nearest one is probably upstairs. There's 2 enemies here? No, you had a shotgun. Which means grab your friend, run away, see if you can take 4 people alive out of this mission. Probably 3 people alive out of this mission. I don't want night vision on permanently. Which of the 2 gaps is it? So we have here and here. It looks like it's right so this is a corpse. This is a flare. It's not looking at you. You can run up, grab the shotgun, and leave, but I don't think you get far enough to live. I kind of think you just kill it. Which means now we're gonna probably run away again, right? No, you should commit to grabbing the shotgun. Do you drop a smoke too? I don't think you do. I think you just do this. These are all the enemies we've seen here. Hopefully you live. Your side armor... Oh, all armor is the same. It doesn't matter what direction you're facing. Okay, hopefully you don't kill our friend. Some of them are starting to panic. Die to fatal wound. Okay, so now we're in this for... Oh, you started bleeding out. You know what? Try and kill this. You are not going to survive. Okay, can we use this? We can use the shotgun? Wait a minute. Okay, well, this guy's dead. However, we've made a discovery. You're gonna run to here. You're not even gonna carry the rifle around. You're just gonna use the shotgun. Yeah, 42 accuracy was, bad. Now, I'm not sure if this guy can make it far enough. I do think that we could run up into the building, take the shotgun, and hold down the fort upstairs if we wanted to complete the mission. But I also don't know that I want to play around with that. Well, no, because that guy that we looked at the corpse of didn't have explosives, so they do have to come up and face us head on. We'll see. Because you're going to run this way. If you continue to avoid death... Actually, let's see if they have a concept of object permanence. They do. You lived. Wait, it missed. Hold on. Are you any good? Do you just suck? Yes. We're gonna try anyway. One more. Alright, run away. You got him once. I don't really know that I want to auto-fire from this range. You, on the other hand, what's it cost to fire? 26. You go stand here. You run a bit closer and fire yourself an auto shot. What do you mean no line of fire? And you're out of energy. Okay, you're standing there. Yeah, okay. We're gonna continue to struggle to contain this guy. I'm really hoping that one of you, or both of you, get a reaction shot on this guy running up behind him. You did not. Shoot him! Shoot him! You have the best accuracy in the team! That- You shot! Why'd you shoot that one? You killed it too! Oh, Lord. It's okay. It's fine. Oh, great. Yeah, we should have left, but here I was thinking we've killed a lot of them. Alright. There's your first wipe. No free set. What do you mean? Wait, does the plane come back? Oh, awesome. I thought we lost the plane. Yeah, Phil even said, let me know if I miss any wipeouts, right? Or hopefully I don't miss, yeah. Great. Okay. Well, surprisingly, we didn't lose the plane. Which, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Because it airdropped them in and just left when they all died. We're gonna need 7 more Aquanauts. And we're gonna need a handful of new items. I liked the scout drone despite the fact that it got one shot. I'm really sad we didn't get a shotgun because, dear lord, we need it. That new knowledge means I can play this a bit different. Because if I'd known that even if all the soldiers died, the plane would come back, then I would have moved a couple of items onto the exit area. Okay. That's really good, actually, that we don't lose the plane. Also, forgot to timestamp us losing, or us starting a mission. It was somewhere, I'm just gonna guess 40 minutes or so. There we go, and it was it like a suspicious settlement? I believe that was the name of it. Okay. Let's see. So we have a remarkable amount of... Well, hold on. Do you still have a lot of the equipment on board? We still have... No, we lost 8 ADS rifles. Okay, so we lost pretty much all the equipment. We do want 8 of these. We want the tranquilizer harpoons, too. We're only going to take 8 of them. Thankfully, we didn't have to use either of these, which means we can sell them. Solid and explosive. And that will cover the cost for a small number of ADS rifles. I'm selling items again. I'm gonna go up to 8 again. We'll purchase another 30 ammo or so. We lost the... We need these still, in case the underwater missions pop up. Get another 20 rounds. I think that's about it. Did I purchase a scout drone? No. I think I decided against that. I don't know if I ever purchased the Aquanauts too. I like the idea of the scout drone, so I'm buying one. Chem flares were still fine. Knives. I would like the explosives. These. We can... Okay, so we have a lot of storage space. Going up to, let's say, 50? That'll be good enough. That'll all come in a bit. I can also do the save and load, as it was commented on. Game has been saved. Still on my clipboard. There's your next round. 2 people. We got the second round. Both Durr and Wolf. But it looks like 2 people, or at least people who are regularly in chat, got deployed. Which I need to load. Because we have me. I've seen Godlevel one a couple times. I mean, the man with the gun is one of the more active people, and I do think... Hold on, OBS, come back. I need to be able to see chat. And I do believe Phil was here previously. You can go back to here. There we go. Okay. That could have been so much worse. We still have our plane, all as well. Yeah, we just purchased all this. I guess I should probably equip that. U-16 grenades. We want 16 of these too. These would have been These would have been nice. I want to go up to 8 of these. Okay, I also didn't put any soldiers on board. We want 6 of you and the fuel tank. Also, who do we have here? Oh, you're down at the bottom. We'll swap you in for self-propel. Though if the mission's anywhere near the base, we'll have a full crew of 8 anyway. Living quarters to home base is complete. Good. That means we can purchase scientists whenever that comes around. There's everybody. We have the scout drone too. And wide array sonar. This is super useful. 20% chance as well. But it costs way more money than we have access to. Minimize chat again? Did I really? I don't know how I keep doing that, as I'm trying to make a conscious effort not to. It'd be really nice if it updated while minimized, because I have probably 6 windows on my screen here. Okay, and that gives us access to the particle disturbance sensor, which, I mean, we might even want the medikit. That's going to take a little while, that's going to take less time. We're going to... Oh, particle disturbance sensor leads to the drones, which are my favorite. That'll be useful. And there's also the particle disturbance grenade, which is not my favorite. I've seen people who love it. I'm not one of them. And we can't afford to build a facility, so I'm going to ignore that. I guess we just go day by day. Training pool? Nice. This is what we need. And just whoever the first 10 are. I'll have to go through this at pretty much every mission at this point. Hope there isn't another squad wipe. Yeah... Okay. Well, anyway, we'll also have 4 days... We have 4 days on the storage facility. Hopefully there's another mission. Particle disturbance sensor. Good. Yeah, units that don't move don't show up. This is great, though, because this means that the shrimp light drone, this is just a drone that we can use underwater. Super useful. And it also gives our engineers something to sell. How long is this going to take? Absolutely forever. However, I'd like this, I'd like this, I'd like this, and eventually I will probably... I don't know that I'll ever end up... Well, the bubble could be useful even into the late game. The bubble's an interesting item. I will talk about it when I actually end up researching it. The medikit has come up twice, which would have been nice. Though I guess one of those was an instance of friendly fire. Self-propelled projectiles will be more immediately useful, though. Though the length of it means I feel like it's a next month thing. The drone is also something I have to manufacture. The database... or supercavitation... Oh, I need to start with this so I can get a couple of different items. This leads to flying submarines. Alright, we need to do this now. We'll just start here. Because that leads to ammo as well. Yes, and you all can start making and selling these. Pirates attack a cargo ship. Ah. Right, wait, hold on. Okay, we only get 6 people on this mission. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this is loadout 1 now. And I don't think... Hold on, no, we need these 2. There's loadout 1. I don't think I'm going to give anybody the grenade launcher loadout for this time around. Now, I'm also going to drop flares, since... Okay, hold on. You're weak. Yeah, you're fine. You're weak. Fine. Really strong. Weak. And back to start. Okay. Because I think I want the full 6 guns here. And I could just take the, people who are better or worse. At this point, I'm not super concerned. This is one of those missions where I'm pretty sure we're going to stun somebody and run away. So, yeah, I don't really know. It depends what our landing site looks like, what we end up doing here. Just thinking. Yep, everybody has equipment. And we are here. This is not the spawn I wanted. That's a gun I'd like. He can shoot back, though. I need you to hit 2 of these. Excuse me? Who has time units? All of you have time units. Try again. Oh! You shot over it this time. Can you hit him once? Dude, okay. So, hopefully we can do this all turn 1. No, I know. Do that. Aimed shot. Bad. That's actually bad. 41. It takes you 38 to fire snapshot. We're gonna have to fire... Well, aim shot. We're gonna have to fire snapshot. You hit. You see 2. And this guy's looking at you. I wouldn't worry about that guy. Just take out the one in front of you. This fence is going to be the death of us. I don't know how this guy hasn't shot yet. I also kind of think I should just use a gun at this point. Yeah, you need to fire... Well, if you need to fire a snapshot, run all the way to here. What are you... This man has taken 2 tranquilizer harpoons. Can you even get away with... I don't think you can. Okay, hold on. We're at the point where you're just gonna get shot. You guys can start dropping smoke grenades. I don't think you can get away with throwing that. You should throw one of these over to here. We have 3. Hopefully this is good enough. There should be enough civilians where this is not a big deal. You need to shoot that guy. We might take this guy instead. Okay. I'd also really appreciate a shotgun. Now, everybody has fired. You didn't take one. He died. Oh, dear God. We're doing this. Okay. Swap your gun. Run to here. Don't kill him instantly. Well, hit him at all. You have a flamethrower and an axe. You dropped your gun somewhere. You dropped your gun somewhere. You still have your gun. Can you hit a shot? He lived. Okay. Okay. Somebody needs to run over and grab this guy. Can you get back? Yes, quite comfortably, actually. You need to move out of the way. We have spare harpoons, so I'm grabbing the AK. Hold on. I mean, I didn't want to open the door. 9 is good enough. 1 is good enough. Is everybody here? Yes. Next check is time units on this. That is something that we probably... I want the laser gun, is what I'm looking at here. But I don't think I can get away with... I don't think I can get away with it. I think the X-Rifle is good enough to where we just take the opportunity to leave with the guy. We captured somebody alive. That's good. Stat-wise, most of you managed to shoot something. I could throw it and sacrifice a soldier, but I don't think that the laser is that worthwhile. It just would have been nice to have. Because Here, if we go into loot, the AKM that we got... Well, we don't want to sell it, but if we go into the info here, it gives you the tech, and it gives you surplus weapon acquisition, which leads to the X-Rifle. And the X-Rifle, in most cases, is better than all the laser weapons you'll gain access to. So this is... And we only need one of these, so it's good that we got a weapon. I would have also liked to have a shotgun. because the shotgun is the best of these weapons and something we'll use for a while. Plus, the stun grenade is super valuable. But for now, this will have to do. Additionally, the Church Fanatic is a research item, which will give us points, which we're going to sorely need. Okay, that's about all our goal was for that. And large storage, good. Here's a mission. What do you mean underwater? What? That's a city. Do you have range on that thing? You do. Okay, well, this team gets to go again. I really should have researched. How did that open? We are... Yeah, the Lost City. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. We're sending you... I really should have researched the weapon. I didn't queue it. Hold on. I was going to say, where is it? It's right here. Because you could have been useful, but this leading to surface weapons, allowing me to purchase this, then... Wait, but it's underwater. Who cares? Never mind. I'm losing it. Yeah, well, no, actually, this might not be underwater. Didn't timestamp it? No. Yeah, no, that is a good point. It's live streaming and doing all of this. I mean, I guess it's just been a month since I actually recorded normally. What's the recording time? We're a minute 24. I'll at least timestamp this one. And I'm gonna guess that was about 1:20 for the Terror. And this one is, I'm gonna go with Alien Activity, because I don't really know what to call this. Good for us. Please be day. That looks like it's day. Strange sightings indicate an alien presence. People aboard passing ships. Sure. You can carry another flare. You can carry a lot of things, actually. You're really good. I don't see anything. Well, can you do loadout 2? You could. Can I give you 2 grenades? Not quite, but that's fine. This is... Assign this as loadout 2 and drop a grenade. I hope we don't need this, but it's very possible we do. Yeah, we're just looking at the... Well, I guess it probably is based off the time. Well, yeah, no, the day... time doesn't actually matter. It's likely based off one location. We're just looking at the day-night cycle on the globe itself. Okay. Well, we're gonna try. We have the spare ammo. Are these things vulnerable to freeze damage by chance? No knife drone? No, we're underwater too. Yeah, we haven't done the research for that one. I think we all... Hold on. Everybody move this way. We're gonna start with the cornered one and see if we can do any damage to it. Oh, man. It's not okay. Here, auto-fire this thing. Alright, I'm not really sure what to expect from you. You should run away, though. It can still shoot. No, you moved too far. Alright, everybody back up. I'm not really sure how it sees you to shoot back, but we would prefer to not get shot. Oh, hold on. Wait, no, this thing doesn't do anything, does it? 0, 0. Okay. You're gonna need a new gun. Auto's not all that great. We'll settle for snap is no better. We did something. How are you doing? You are slowly dying of acid damage. Alright, your turn. Did you... I was gonna say, I swear to God. These things have thermal vision. You don't see these once you get the thermal shock stuff. I see. Yeah. Okay, run away. Just keep running. You'll be fine, probably. What is yours? You're at 11. And what is this? You're at 9. That's not a huge difference. We killed one. Yeah, they don't move, but at the same time, do they have limited range? We're gonna have to play with that. Also, you need a new gun. Huh. Because I'm thinking if we slowly work our way around the outside of the smoke cloud here, we might outrange them. Yeah. You wouldn't want to get own zoned by some coral. Yeah, that really would suck. I don't even know what you're moving through here. Oh, it looks fine. Minus the fact that you're green. Who's injured? Wait, it caused you to bleed? Okay, I guess we're gonna grab its corpse and leave. You're unconscious. Bro, okay. And of course you carried all this garbage out here. Can we carry the corpse? It's an item. Who knows what it's gonna give us? Now, are you going to immediately get shot by the one that's out here? No. Okay. Is your stun level increasing? Yeah, quite quickly, too. You should unprime this thing. Just auto. We're gonna do what we can to kill this one, too, just for point's sake. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay, we have probably 5-10 turns. Oh wow, this is taking up fast. Well, you're gonna need to grab this thing now. Equipment wound up here, which we are just gonna abandon. So this thing doesn't see us somehow. You're 6 versus 10. Move to the closer square. 8 versus 10. That's not a good start. It looks like the smaller ones can see farther. Oh, you're also just about out of energy. Okay, we can't hit a shot. Do I expect us to be able to hurt this thing at all? apparently we can just barely hurt it. I think we're gonna take one more turn trying to hurt this thing. Well, somebody decided to bleed out. Are they both dead? No, you're fine. Should've left. It can see you. Now it shouldn't be able to see you. One step forward, 2 auto. Step back. Same with you. Yeah, you have the ability to step backwards, okay. Come on. Good job, guys. Barely a net gain. We got a corpse, which is nice. Most of you got stats, except for Steel Legionnaire, who got knocked out immediately. What do we do with this? It unlocks the alien containment. I mean, I guess that is worthwhile. This leads to... oh, chemical neutralizer, nice. Okay, this does lead to a bunch of neat items. I'll at least take that. Good for you two. Unfortunate for you. I'm gonna give January 1 day to finish whatever project that we're working on. That didn't help. What are you doing? You have good progress on this thing. We need to do something that will actually give us points. So give us a church fanatic. You didn't even finish the church fanatic. Okay. Do we timestamp the mission ends too? No, we don't. We should be fine. Church fanatic. Good for you guys. Just in time. Okay. You probably had to pause to read that. We've gone through this at least once so far. The early game's fairly short. There is a cult being fed by the aliens that we're gonna have to take down to figure out about aliens. Which means I guess we go to deal with the AKM now, because that's the most useful. However, as is tradition with Let's Plays, this is actually going to be the end of the video, and likely the stream. It's been about 2 hours, right? Yeah, 1:35. First day was short, so it's nothing too crazy. I'm not sure I'll be able to stream... when would next one be? Wednesday? I definitely can't do Wednesday. I expect the next week or two will probably be recordings rather than live streams. Let's see, chemical neutralizers or underwater fire extinguishers. Judging by the development logs, many deaths were had. Of you. You may or may not have immediately missed a, squad wipe. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video and the end of the stream. As for the video, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. We're going month by month here, so... we'll probably see some real aliens in February, and we should have some real equipment for the above-ground missions. But, yeah. For those of you in the VODs playlist, thank you for watching, and enjoy the next video. And as for everyone in stream, game has been saved, so I can poke around if you're curious. If we go into Aquanaut's Memorial here, we have lost 8 of the 22 recruited. You'll notice that all 6 of these are the Aquanauts from the first mission. But yeah. That's going to be the end of stream. Thank you all for watching. Again, I don't know that I'll be able to do one of these for the next week at least. Additionally, May might be slow. I mean, I guess it's only April. Oh yeah, how is your soldier stats? Because you did finally get deployed. That's not the button I wanted. I'm going with fine. This looks pretty average. Strength is low. Bravery is quite high, so you can't go higher than 50. But yeah, for the most part, average. I mean, I can tab through everybody real quick. Solid stat boost, so that could be because of... okay, you got hurt. It could quite easily be because of the training pool, which I probably need to put more people in at the start of the next episode. Summer break soon. It's not like it's a... Yeah, not like it's a short month. I just don't know how the end of April, beginning of May is going to look, so... There is a solid chance that, There's a solid chance I'll end up doing one episode a week for maybe even a month straight. We'll see what ends up happening. More info in a couple weeks, as you would expect. But yeah. But yeah, that is going to be streamed because I'm not... I mean, I guess I could probably record the second episode now, but it is late, so I will not be doing that. So yeah, thank you all for watching. And I don't know when the next stream will be, but hopefully I'll see you then. Wait, I need the YouTube page. It's gone. We have another 10 seconds of stream while I navigate the half-window Firefox. There we go. Alright, goodbye everyone.